Welcome in. It is day 51 and you are speaking with the Meeples Champion. Today we're going to be going over a game that has not been played in my rotation in quite a bit, but it's one of the first games that when I joined my new gamer group about 5 years ago, we started regularly playing. And that game is Monarch. Monarch is an interesting game. The concept of the game is that you're going to set up basically your kingdom. You have 12 total tiles, 9 of them come out. 6 of them are going to give you money, 6 of them are going to give you food. So you're shuffling it up, you don't know what you're going to get. You can end up with 6 of something, 5 of something, 4 of something. The concept is that in order to get money, you have to feed your villages. So therefore, you usually want to collect food first to build it up, so that then when you decide to go and get your money, you can pay each village or feed each village to receive the taxes you're getting from them. Now, the whole point of that is to build up primarily your money, although you will occasionally need food, to buy cards. The game is set up where you're trying to get cards into your assortment. As you get more and more cards, if you get enough cards to complete it, you'll be able to grab banners from up above. Now there's a limit. In a 4-player game, I believe it is a limit of 1 banner is required by each person. And in a 2-player game, I know that you can have 2 banners apiece. So the banners are going to give you bonus points, and the idea is that when you finish the game, which is usually activated by somebody having gotten, I believe it is 7 cards in their realm, you activate the last round and then you figure out your points. So, what do we think of this game? Well, let's jump right into it. Firstly, the art. The art is interesting. I do think, for me, I enjoy that they set the presence in this game. But I think there's a lot of you out there going, what's the game Monarch? I haven't heard of that one before. I'll tell you why you haven't heard of it. It's because it's not very popular, and it's not popular because this box doesn't sell. And the art within the box, well, I think it's very well done, and while I enjoy it for the setting it's given me, I think that it doesn't sell the game. It doesn't make it more appealing to the mass amount of people out there. I have to give it a big thumbs down on the art. I don't think it succeeds where it should. I think that they've done an okay job, but they haven't done a job that's going to make this game more appealing. How about the components? They have cards, and they've got a little bit of cardboard in this game. I think the cardboard is fantastic. I think that it's definitely one that, just like all the other games we've dealt with when it comes to your food, when it comes to your money, when it comes to the town where you're getting your taxes and your food got from. Great cardboard. The cards is a little bit more questionable for me. I haven't played this game a lot. I've owned it for almost 5 years, and in that time I might have played it maybe 10 times. So it's not getting to the table, but it is a seldomly pulled game. But I don't know, the cards, they're not shiny. They don't feel weak. But I have a question about the longevity of the cards. I feel like if I liked the game more, I would start playing it more often, and the cards might wear. It's just one of those things that is a gut feeling about it, the way it feels in my hands, and compared to other card games. That being said, up until now, I haven't seen any reason to really vote against this. I'd have to see the wear to really say, yes, that's not going to work. And I've seen nothing to say that the cards are easily torn. They all are kept in good condition. I'm going to give it a thumbs up for now, but this is one that maybe in another few years, I might have a change of opinion on that if I see that wear start to kick in. The price. This game goes for about $50. You're not going to find this in a Target, in a Barnes & Noble, in a Walmart. You're not going to find it in every board game store. I think it's going to be 1, maybe 2 out of 5. It's not that it's rare, it's just not very popular. You'll find it on Amazon and you'll pay about $50. And I don't think there's enough in the box to justify a $50 charge. If this game was more like $40, I think that would fit what I'm getting. But I feel like for $50, for the size box it is, I'm paying the higher range for that expected size of box. And I feel like this should be on the lower range for that size of box. This box size for me usually says 40 to 50. A lot of the insert of this box is the fact that it's just cards here, the bigger cardboard pieces here, enough space to put a bag in the top, And the whole sides is just a lifted box up that puts them in. It's well put together to hold the pieces, but basically 2/3 of the inside of this box is just wasted space. So I just feel like 50 is too much. I have to give it a thumbs down when it comes to the price. Difficulty. I don't think it's too difficult, but it all depends on how you're looking at it. Is this good for an entry-level gamer? 5 years ago, when I first played the game, it took me a couple rounds to figure it out, but I did figure it out. But you're talking about 5 years ago, I still already knew enough about gaming that I was definitely, at minimum, a high mediocre player. I might have been getting close to that expert level at the time, but let's just say high mediocre. And it still took me a couple rounds. This is not going to be good for kids. This is not going to be good for entry-level gamers. And even those mediocre gamers, if they're not high up, might give them a little bit of trouble. You might start to play and think you know what you're doing, and then realize at the end you completely had no idea how to get those points. I got to give it a big thumbs down on the difficulty. I think it's just a little bit too difficult for the size game that it is. It shouldn't be that hard to figure out, and I think that you're not going to be able to get this into the hand of the people who are the lower people, who are the ones that really are going to be the ones that want to play this, and the higher end players are going to go, that game's too easy for me. I feel like there's not much of a bridge from being entry level, mediocre, expert, and saying, well, entry level is a definite, they can't understand it. High level is going to say they definitely don't want to, and so you're stuck with your middle, and your middle's kind of like, okay, well, some of them are going to figure it out, some of them aren't, some of them are going to want to play, some of them aren't. So you're getting a small percentage of gamers who are even going to want to try to figure it out. I got to be a thumbs down when it comes to the difficulty. Replayability. I played 10 times in 5 years. That doesn't really shout replayable. And we have to remember 2 of those years were COVID. So I probably played this a few times during COVID just because I was stuck in the house. I haven't played it in the past year since we started doing in-person gaming again. It's not replayable for me. I think that if you're going to play it, you might play it a couple times in a row. But other than that, you're not pulling it off the shelf very often. It's got to be a thumbs down on replayability. Keys to victory. All right, here we go. The keys to victory are there. So you have the ability to say, I'm going to invest in trying to go and get the banner. I'm going to invest in trying to go after cards that are going to help by being high level in points, or cards that are going to bounce off each other and cause it so that they keep multiplying each other's points. Or you're gonna just go all in on trying to get the huge food and money supplies so that you have that ability at the late game to just snag everything that you want. There are ways to negotiate there. I feel like there isn't a huge amount of options. At the end of the day, when I really think about it, there's probably 3, but I don't feel any of them are way ahead or way behind the others. So we'll give it a thumbs up for keys to victory. I think it's okay there. Unique. Is it unique? That's a question. You know, I'm trying to think about it as I'm talking about, you know, what exactly is unique about the game? The theme, I mean, it almost feels like a little bit of a mix of, you know, the love letter theme in the setting, and, you know, in parts of it, like if you're working with the garments and stuff like that, you might be thinking about, oh yeah, it kind of matches up with the way that they do the cards in love letter. You know, I feel like that the style of getting the food and then using that to get the money, I can't think of an exact replica of that, but I feel like I have seen pieces of that elsewhere. And the idea of the banners, well, we've seen that where it's, hey, the first person that gets X, Y, and Z is going to end up earning this special, you know, only for you point thing. Same thing. I don't think it's unique. Is it standalone as far as every game that might be compared to it is not a replica? Yes. You can get this, and I don't think there's another game that's going to play and you're going to feel like you're playing this game. But is it unique enough to really get that thumbs up? No. I have to give it a thumbs down. Overall thoughts. Is this a must-own? No. Is this a must-play? No. Is this one worth your time? Maybe. I don't think you need to go crazy on it. I don't think this is one that is got to get to your table. If you know somebody that has it and they like it, or they don't love it, but they say, hey, I would like to get this in again and get a play, try it. See if it's for you. Because everybody's different, and it could be something that I might think isn't a must-play, and somebody else goes, that was the best game of the year for me. You never know. So don't be afraid to give it a try, but don't expect a lot. Because in my opinion, on my shelf, it's one of the ones that who knows if it will be in the collection much longer. It could be one that goes out to pasture soon enough. That's my opinion. Come up with your own. So this has been day 51. We are dealing with Monarch, and you've been speaking with the Meeples champion. Like, share, subscribe to the channel, and check down below in the description. If this game did speak to you, go onto Amazon and see if you can pick up your own copy. I'll talk to you tomorrow.